Hey pals, it's Sassy Cassie, and welcome back to another reaction video of Naruto Shippuden. As always, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video. Thank you so much for watching and continuing to follow me on this crazy shinobi journey. I would also like to give a very special thank you to my patrons. Previously on Naruto, we've been hit with a lot of information. There was Jiraiya's past. I mean, like, let's skip for a second all the stuff happening with Naruto and Sasuke. Like, Naruto chasing Sasuke, Sasuke chasing Itachi, everybody chasing Itachi / the Akatsuki. Jiraiya, we got his past, we got the fact that he had students, he had many students, but like, he had this group of 3 students that he originally taught from the Land of Rain. I think it's Land of Rain? Pretty sure it's Land of Rain because it's always raining. And that was all to set up what's happening now, where Jiraiya has infiltrated the Land of Rain and is seeking information because apparently they were supposed to be in a civil war, but they're not in a civil war. They haven't been for years because secretly this person, aka Pain, aka God, has like unified them and defeated the old ruler, and nobody knows about it. There's no information that goes out. They're constantly blaming people for not knowing things. I mean, they're not, but they kind of are. And they're like, you guys don't know anything. I was like, yeah, because you don't let any information out. How's anybody supposed to know about all these secret things happening if you guys are like closed off? And I remember asking this, but like, I wonder how they like get things. Like, it doesn't seem like they'd be able to get certain like products or ingredients if it's constantly raining. Like, that type of weather just doesn't seem conducive to certain types of like agriculture or like certain types of anything. So they just not trade with anybody. Like, I mean, they would have to. Like, how do they get their goods and stuff? Like, I'm sure they could be self-sufficient in some ways. I don't know the whole intricacies of the village, because I know, like, I'm thinking specifically, like, I know that the country of Japan like had a period in their history, or a long period in their history, where they were like completely isolated from everybody and they were just their island. But like, I don't think the Land of Rain is an island. They just are really good at keeping out outsiders. But at the same time, like, how do they... Now I want to go back and like watch the training exams. Do they send anybody for the training exams? Do they even do that? Like, everybody has to is it like like, it is a global test, right? They have to send people to other places to take that. They can't just... Or do they have their own test? I don't... But they wouldn't want to give out like away all their secrets and whatever. I have so many questions about the intricacies of the Rain Village that are so unimportant compared to everything that's happening right now. Jiraiya is battling his former students who has fancied himself a god and has ascended beyond the levels of, you know, the pain, and he wants basically everybody to feel the same pain that he felt so they can all ascend to like this higher understanding, which he considers to be mature and adult-like. That's just not gonna happen. I don't know how this fight is gonna go. I really would like to hope that Jiraiya can like get information that he needs that will be helpful, but like, also we like the information that we know as the audience, that this Uchiha guy of old is like still alive, and they don't know that Pain is like the leader but not the real leader. Like, there's just so much, and I mean, there's so many episodes left, so it's not like that would be that easy. I mean, we're on episode 131. It would never be that easy. It's not gonna be that streamlined. There's still like, oh my gosh, like, oh, math is hard. 370? Yeah, like 370 episodes to go. And I know like a good chunk of those are fillers, but that's a lot for all this information to be revealed to the people that we know. Like our village, the Leaf Village. Anyway, I have rambled on because I have questions, aka curiosities, about what's happening, what's about to happen, I guess. Oh, and I didn't even talk about like the whole Naruto and his dad, and like the whole summoning, and the ceiling, and the Jinchurikis and the tail beast. Like, there's so much information being thrown at us, and I am here for it, but at the same time did not expect that. I just generally expect Naruto to be a little slower, and I feel like that's why I have so much time to come up with questions and get confused, because I'm like, where is this going? Where is this going? And I know it'll all be revealed. That doesn't mean I'm not curious about it though. But this is like giving you lots of information to chew on. So there's no time for questions. There's just time for theories. And I love my crazy person theories, but come on. Oh, I can't wait. I don't know if this is gonna go like as fast or like punch you as hard as the previous episodes, because they tend to hit you with some stuff and then space out other things, which is like it's like an accordion. But I hope that we get some more layers, like onions.
I'm using Honored Sage mode. What? You don't
Interesting.
Mean... Yes, indeed.
What is that?
I'm summoning the 2 great sages, but it's still going to take me a little while before I'm able to summon the both of them here.
Oh.
And until that time, I can't release my hand.
Interesting. He's summoning sages, but he is also a sage. Or is he a different kind of sage? I mean, he's the toad sage. Interesting. What bothers me is that it... Oh! That is not exactly... It's a bother.
Such as that. Since he's made himself invisible, we've got to use barrier battle arts. He's sure a tough one to battle.
I thought of so many theatrical references in that moment. He clicked his heels twice and whipped his hair.
He saw the barrier and switched to an attack-heavy critter, huh? Mr. Gamaken! Right. Ungraceful as I am, here we go!
I remember what I was gonna say before, but I'm like scared to look away. I am curious because I want Jiraiya to be able to teach Naruto the intricacies of summoning these different toads with these different abilities. But I'm sure that he could kind of do what Jiraiya did and like train with the toads in the Toad Village. But I want him to learn it from Jiraiya because they're like the same. They're the same person. They split themselves so they could escape it. I've never heard of it. Interesting. Nah, I wonder, is this Pain dude inside one of these dogs since he's switched? Or is he still hiding in the chameleon thing? But I'm sad that he's bleeding. Fascinating. See, I just assumed that the heads were gonna go around and like bite him from behind or something. But it's really tricky because they keep splitting themselves up and putting themselves back together, which makes their offense pretty crazy.
Could they be doggies that are bound to a self-replicating summoning jutsu? In any case, we better get out of here. We'll kill him one at a time. Let's lure him into an enclosed space.
Is that a good idea? This is their city. Is he gonna break you? Or try to break it?
Did we lose him?
Probably not. They're dogs, they've got noses.
Or not!
I'm sure it'll be fine. Because we gotta see this awesome, like, sage mode or not. He said sage mode or sage summoning? Or both. I cannot recall now. There's too much happening. Is this gonna be like one of those things that take like a whole episode for him to summon so that we won't get into it till the next episode?
Are you okay? Mr. Gamaken!
Question. Are summoned creatures don't die, right? They just go back to their world, right? Oh, he took them. inside. Okay. To me, that doesn't feel like... This is the opening again. Okay. I already forgot what the opening was like. To me, that feels like they just poof back to wherever they got summoned from. They don't die. I don't want any of our toady friends to die. They're so cute. And I still want a toady, like, plush. I saw a couple online, and I'm like, these are super cute. The one that Naruto summons. The one that's, like, always hungry, the little tiny... I want that one so bad. I want him. I don't know what his name is. I can't remember, or if we ever got it, but I want him.
Damn it!
I mean, I'm glad Toad is okay.
What?
Eggs or bombs? Or both? Bombs. I really do hope after all this trouble he manages to summon whatever it is he's trying to summon. Very clever, my friend. Very, very clever. See, I did not expect it to be a clone.
Huh?
But this feels like Jiraiya is just messing around. It doesn't feel like he's being serious.
Incoming! So fast!
Yeah, rhinos are scary. I know people are always like, they're so cute, but like, they're scary.
Right, now, I want to attack the caster, but I still need to be able to see him to do that. Mr. Gamakin, don't you think something funny's going on around here?
Yes, yes, I do.
Don't know. I'm too ungraceful to know what you mean by that.
I'm sure that's not true, Mr. Toad.
And he mastered all sorts of jutsu by the time he was only 10 years old.
So what's odd about this situation is that
why?
he keeps summoning. Is it the body that he's using?
Why is he only using the summoning jutsu against me? Does he think I'm beneath the need for direct confrontation?
My thought, though, is that because this is a different body, so he uses different bodies for different things. But that's... I don't know. But Jiraiya brings some interesting points up that I have curiosities about.
Lad, why do you always have to summon us to such rowdy places? I sure can't fault Bunta for yelling at you the way you behave.
Now, Ma. You just let him be, you hear me?
You know, these remind me of Lady Chio and her brother.
You know, someday you really gotta start being able to go into Sage mode all by yourself, Jiraiya boy.
Oh,
Compared to the two of you, I'm still just a novice. So please, lend...
Interesting. Okay, so it was both. It was Sage mode, but also summoning two sages. I'm assuming they are sages. Well, how does one achieve Sage mode? You know what? I'm not going to ask that question.
So, is he the one then?
No. He thought, but no.
Yes.
Wait. We're talking about different things. He thought he found the one, and this is the one?
You summoned me?
Oh, how nice. So you're fine.
Oh, it's them! It's them! Aww.
And as you are no doubt aware, his dream was not just a dream. It was a prophecy of the future, which he will now tell you. So listen carefully.
Yes.
So he was the one, but he felt like he failed. See, I thought the one was Minato. Or Naruto. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, though. We're probably talking about different things. I hope we're talking about different things.
This will become a ninja who will bring about a great change in the ninja world. That is what
Well, I
foresaw
guess
in my dream.
change doesn't necessarily mean good or bad. It's just a change.
Your great destruction,
Yeah,
like...
forgot about that. Okay, so he is the one. Okay. And then it was for the world. I thought by the world, the Great Ninja War, which involved a good chunk of the world, was what we were talking about. But that's not.
I assumed he couldn't have been the one from the prophecy.
Well, in that case, if he's not virtuous, it's your duty to kill him.
Besides, that prophecy's probably nothing more than a senile old geezer's rantings.
They say that, but they take it so seriously.
There we go. Now you, Pa.
Yo!
They really took that guy out in one, like, second. Well, the chameleon, not the other dude.
And eventually there will come a day when you will be forced to make a critical selection.
To make a selection?
Yes, and whatever choice you end up making will direct the way that this change is going to go.
Interesting. So this is further part of his journey. Yeah. Interesting.
You turned out to be a harbinger of destruction. And so, as your teacher, it's my duty to take you down.
Okay. I only laugh because, like, I don't want anybody to be upset because I know that Naruto came out way before My Hero Academia, but I'm seeing some parallels because it literally, that last line reminds me of, like, All For One and All Might having that whole conversation about their proteges and, like, the path that they lead them on, and this feels like that. Again, I understand that Naruto came out before, so My Hero Academia probably got that in some way, shape, or form from this, or at least inspired by this in some way. I don't know. I'm not that detailed about My Hero Academia, but this is interesting to say the least. This episode wasn't as, like, packed with information. This was definitely, like, I guess I would like some clarification. The Sage mode, and granted, they might go into detail later, so if they are, you guys can just tell me and I'll be okay with that. I don't just have to sit here and wait patiently. But for the Sage mode, I'm confused as if it's like, they said that if he could go in the Sage, he could go in the Sage mode by himself, but, like, he summoned these two sages. I guess I'm just, is it both or either or? They are both Toad Sages, and he can have a Sage mode. I mean, he's known as the Toad Sage, but I guess that was just, like, a title, but it's like a state of being. Maybe not a state of being, but a form is, I guess, what my question is. It is the Sage, him being called a Sage, not just him as, like, a Sanin, but, like, Sage is, like, a level that you can be at. But they call it a mode, so that, I don't know what I'm trying to ask. I'm just gonna stick with the first part. I'm curious if being a sage is a level that you can be at, or if it is a type of jutsu, or there was a release of Seal of Power, all of the above. It's probably not important in the grand scheme of things, but I am curious about the intricacies of how that works, or what it really means to be a sage or whatever. I am interested with Jiraiya's, like, the way he thinks about how, like, the kid that he knew could do all these things, and this person that he is fighting is not doing any of those things. So it is curious if he's like, you're not worthy of all these jutsus I've accomplished or developed, or he can't use them. Is it, like, because of the body that he chose or whatever, or however that works? I still feel like he's just switching bodies. In the summoning, when he summoned these two people at the end, are these just other bodies of his? Is he going to switch between them? Is it just different abilities? I question it all. I feel sad because I'm like, I had such simplistic ideas about who the One was. I always thought the One was Minato because he ended this great ninja war that they went through. Or, is going to be Naruto. But it appears to be this other guy, this pain dude. And I guess it does mean that, not for necessarily for good or for evil or whatever, but I guess I was on the same line, like same wavelength as Jiraiya, because Jiraiya was like, I assumed when you died that you weren't the one. And I guess I also assumed that, because to me, ending a great war sounds like you changed the world. I mean, he said before and in that episode that Minato, like, basically, not like single-handedly ended the war, but was like a great part of ending the war. So to me, that just means that he was the one, but he was not. They're thinking that, I mean, maybe it still could be Naruto. There's probably some other layers to this story, because this story is an onion. It is so fascinating to them be like, if this is the one and he did not change the world for virtuous, or does not want to change the world for virtuous means, even though I'm sure in his mind it's very virtuous and he's being very kind to the world or whatever, or teaching them a valuable lesson that needs to be learned, or whatever it is that people on the typically of opposing side seem to think. They were like, well, you must do something. This is your duty. If he did not turn out that way, then it is your job to kill him. And I don't know, y'all. I mean, this Pain dude is the leader of the Akatsuki. I mean, it's more intricate or more important to me because Jiraiya was his teacher. And so it's like one of those great, like, battles or epic stories, or the conflict that was always meant to be. It feels like epic status, but I think it feels too early for epic status. But then I don't know with this show, man. Anywhoots, enough of my rambling and crazy person theories. Thank you all for watching and continuing to follow me on this crazy wild shinobi journey. And until next time, bye.